The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Sunrise podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Alex Fisher on this Tuesday morning.
And we begin this morning with your 17 Crime Watch. Investigators say they've made a huge human trafficking bust. This is all part of what they're calling Operation Bad Barbie.
Nearly 24 suspects are facing charges this morning for child sex crimes in Kern County. And local authorities have a message for predators watching. This is only the beginning. 17's Rob Hagan reports.
23 people arrested in Kern County as part of a multi-agency human trafficking and child exploitation sting, and it's called Operation Bad Barbie.
They came together and arrested predators who were out there looking to have a sexual relationship with a child.
The 4-day undercover operation from Wednesday through Saturday involved 40 officers from local, state, and federal agencies, including Homeland Security, the FBI, and the Secret Service. But the Kern County DA's praise on the success of the operation was followed by a stark warning.
Children used to be safe at home with their parents in their bedroom when the front door is locked. Because of the computer, the internet, and these social media programs, children are no longer safe.
Undercover agents engaged in chat on social media sites and dating apps with offenders ranging in age from 23 to 56 years old. Some of the suspects include the owner of a trucking company and an engineer at an oil company.
These predators could be anyone.
The barrage of charges include pimping, pandering, arranging a meeting with a minor for lewd purpose, contact with a minor with intent to commit a sex offense, abduction, and possession of child pornography. Even more disturbing, victims are said to be children between 11 and 14.
Children, unfortunately, talk to strangers on social media platforms, and they get drawn into situations that they're really too immature to handle.
Zimmer warns the prime targets for sexual predators are kids in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. But keeping them safe is easier than you think.
Pay attention to what your children are doing.
Human trafficking is a real thing in our community, and it's not something that law enforcement can deal with alone.
The district attorney says your children are safer this week because of the success from Operation Bad Barbie. And partner agencies have a message for the predators watching out there ready to victimize the most vulnerable.
Buyer beware, because we're going to continue to be online and on the streets.
You will continue to go to jail and to prison. We're not going to stop.
I'm Rob Hagan with 17 News.
5:05 now, and it was a tense Monday for many people in the Tehachapi Mountains. 2 wildfires burning in Bear Valley Springs prompted an evacuation order for those living near the fast-moving flames. Crews aided by fire helicopters worked quickly to contain both fires yesterday morning and afternoon. The so-called sheep fire was contained to just 1 acre, while the trotter fire was scorched 40 acres. Officials say that fire was caused by lightning. It forced firefighters to issue an evacuation order for those living nearby. County Fire opened up an evacuation center before the order was lifted.
One person's dead this morning following a fiery crash in Shafter. This was the aftermath on East Lerdo Highway yesterday afternoon. SUV burnt to a crisp. A sedan was also involved in the crash. Police say 1 person died on the scene. It's not clear how many other people may have been involved or hurt or how this crash happened. Making headlines around the nation, former President Donald Trump has been criminally indicted again. Late yesterday, a grand jury in Georgia charged the former president with 13 counts, including racketeering and conspiracy, accusing him of trying to overturn the state's 2020 election results. It's the 4th set of criminal charges Trump faces. The latest indictment also includes charges against 18 of Trump's allies, such as his former chief of staff Mark Meadows and attorney Rudy Giuliani. They'll have to turn themselves in within the next 10 days. Trump maintains he did nothing wrong, writing on social media early this morning, quote, "The witch hunt continues."
As the recovery effort grows in Maui, sadly, so does the number of victims from the wildfires there. At least 99 people are now confirmed dead, and officials expect that number to increase, with close to 1,000 still missing this morning. More than 2,700 buildings have been destroyed. This tragedy overwhelming and still unfolding on the island.
Officials say the immediate needs for survivors in Maui are extensive. You can help them right here in Kern County. Houchin Blood Bank is asking for platelet and plasma donations to help burn victims. And the American Red Cross is encouraging people to volunteer or donate financially. If you'd like to support the Maui relief efforts, you can log on to our website, kget.com, and click the link at the top of our homepage for trustworthy fundraising sources.
In your 17 Court Watch this morning, new documents reveal the man arrested for making bomb threats against the Tehachapi police station believed the police had murdered his friend. Robert Kovac was arrested earlier this month. Court documents say, believing police had murdered his friend, he sent a series of text messages to the friend's son claiming to have gathered explosives and hundreds of pounds of black powder to blow up the Tehachapi Police Department. Police say they found a Vaseline-type substance in a sandwich bag inside his vehicle, identified as an explosive material commonly known as poor man's C4. At his home, police say they found homemade rockets and ignition fuses. Kovac has pleaded not guilty to 4 felonies. He is being held without bail.
The trial's underway for a man accused of brutally murdering a woman with an ice pick in Ridgecrest. Back in June, a Kern County Superior Court judge found Daniel Gunnarsson competent to stand trial. Deputies arrested him back in 2021 after he was found with the body of Catherine Pham. Friends at the time told 17 News that Gunnarsson was upset Pham didn't return his romantic feelings. But yesterday in court, prosecutors said they were actually a couple who'd been dating only a month when they started fighting. And the next day, she was killed. Gunnarsson is charged with first-degree murder and mutilation of a corpse. You can read more on this story on our website, kget.com.
Turning to yet another business hit by theft in downtown Bakersfield. This time, it's not just the business owners who will suffer. A couple $100 was stolen from Happy Jack's on Sunday night. The suspected thief can be seen circling around the side and front doors several times, trying to open doors and deciding which one to break through. He did this as security patrolled the area. Ultimately, he jumped the fence and broke a side door.
And he started going through the papers, and I had an envelope there that during the week people will give me money because they didn't make it on Monday, which is our Ronald McDonald Day. So they tell me, here, this is for the house. So I know there was a 50 and there was a couple of 20s, then there was 5s and 1s. I would say it was pretty close to $200 in that envelope. And one of my cameras shows him looking at it, and he slips it in his sweatshirt.
Frances says she was sad to share the news with the Ronald McDonald House Charities. That is the nonprofit that helps the families of children who are at the hospital. The police department confirms they responded to the incident but did not find a suspect. Frances says she has owned this business for 47 years, and this is the first time a thief entered the restaurant and stole valuables.
The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.